Okay, so following up from last week when we were doing sus2s and sus4s, I want to just incorporate that into an actual riff now. So I thought appropriate to do Summer of '69, the break sections, or yeah, it's after the chorus, so it goes like. Okay, so what's happening there is we're going, play your D chord, we take that second finger off and we're going D2, then to a normal D, then D4, back to D, and then D2 to D. So you got, sorry, D2 start. And then it goes to an A2, so we take that off. And then to a normal A, A4, back to A, A2 to A. So you can see it follows the same pattern as the D shape. So it goes D2, D, D4, D, D2, D, and then A2, A, A4, A, A2, A. So you can see it's exactly the same pattern. So let's do that again. So if you notice when I'm doing my chords, I can sometimes use a lot of different fingers for the same thing. So like at that point I was using my last three fingers like this. Some points I'm doing this, some points I'm using that for the sus4, some points I'm sliding that over. It's because there's a lot of various ways of doing it, and sometimes you fall naturally into different ways, so don't always think that there's one set way of doing anything. Okay, so we're going to try and match the picking now with it. So we start on the D2. We start, if you can see here, it's the first string, second string, third string. So it's very simply. So just picking down the strings, starting from the thinnest string. Then you go to D and it's the same pattern. So putting them together. So there's no gap there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Where? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then it goes to the D4. 1, 2. Then 1, 2, 3. And then on the D2, you don't strum down 3, pick down 3, you pick down just 2 of the notes. And then it goes to D, and then you put that on, and just 2 notes. So the last bit is, so it's just 2 notes on each chord there. So all together. Slower. Okay. I might just show you what that looks like. Okay, so let's move to the A shape. So we start on the A2. And if you can see here, it starts on the second string. So it is the same as the top one, but everything's moved up a string. So start on the second string and pick down 3 strings. So that should sound like. And then you put the A on, and you can see it's all the fingers you've got down, all on the second fret. A4. A2. Sorry, A normal. Sorry about that. Now it goes to A2, where you just hit 2 notes. So that's the second string to the third string. And then A normal, same strings, just 2 notes. So all together. Now you might be able to play each bit really quick. You might be able to go. But it's getting rid of the gaps in between. So the only way to do that is to slow it all down. It's not a race to get to the end. So if you slow it down, you can get rid of the gaps rather than you can go. And that gives you time to think what's coming next. And if you play it like that, you're playing it correctly and in time and clear, and then you'll end up speeding up that, and that's going to sound great. Because if you sometimes go for things too quick and play it too, a bit sloppy or with gaps in it, what you're going to end up doing is just keep it on that level, and you're going to find it hard to just make it smooth or get rid of the little pauses in between. If it sounds like that, you need to slow it down. Sorry. Yeah, and a lot of times you just need to get it into your head. There's no shame in playing slow when you're learning. That's a quicker way of learning to play slow, which goes against your natural instincts. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a nice little riff, and it continues from the D2 and D4s, all the sus4s and 2s from last week. So, all right, hope you enjoyed that.